going to finally be using my two favorite units in the same team. I don't know why it's taken me so long to do this. I have been absolutely loving the Estarossa, and I was a little unsure for quite some time whether or not he'd be my second or third favorite unit. Who knows, he could very well be my new favorite unit in the entire game, but man, nothing beats what this Ludo is able to do. Ever since his release, I have been absolutely in love with this unit, and it is entirely due to this passive here. Decreases defense related stats of enemies with combat class lower than the hero by 40% for 3 turns in PvP, pretty much making him only viable in PvP. The rest of his cards as well, to today's standards, we have characters that can do way more than he can with the rest of their kit, but that passive alone is enough to make him absolutely insane. His Holy Relic only buffing his stats and his overall CC in order to get that passive to work. So when using the main, you are going to be using the full HP defense set and trying to max him out as much as possible. I wouldn't even say it's a unit you need to wail out unnecessarily, because all of the Archangels and Ludo still have been on a plenty of banners, so as long as you're summoning on the right banners, he's usually on all of those really good high value banners. But other than that, of course, it's the man of the week. He is absolute god of this game at the moment, and that is the Estarossa. If you guys don't know what the Estarossa does, his first card here inflicts covert action damage equal to 500% of attack on one enemy. His second card inflicts flood damage equal to 500% of attack on one enemy. His ultimate, which we ended up getting 3/6, decreases all enemies' attack and defense by 20% for 3 turns, then inflicts resonance damage equal to 456% of attack on all enemies. His commandment removes 1 buff applied to the hero when the hero uses a skill in PvP, and then his passive, if an ally is demon or has a commandment, and inflicts damage on the enemy, applies darkness on the target. If the target has 4 or more of those darkness effects, additionally implies encroach for the turn, increase allies' basic stats by 5% for every darkness effect on the enemy, limit up to 10 times. So the commandment here does work a little bit against the whole Trader Melee passive, or at least the first half of it, trying to use those single target cards to get the buffs, but being with how insane Trader Melee is, they are still an absolutely amazing combo. And then Ludo amongst the mix, if you can get this Estarossa to crit all the time, you will see his damage is absurd even without the encroach. But this is the team we're using today. Unfortunately, no Zeldris in the back because we aren't really using any debuff units, but let's dive in. But man, it has been quite some time. I feel like I don't use Ludosol a crazy amount, because especially upon his release, I only did showcases with him for absolutely ever. And I mean, he's just a good unit to showcase. You can really maximize your team's damage using him on the team. Let's see if we can get rid of the Myra here. I feel like the Breath of Bliss, although we don't have a cleanse, is going to be really annoying. Though we could try and go for Elizabeth instead. Well, why not? We'll see if we can go for that. Getting rid of her will also get rid of all of the stat increases you can get via a passive. No green Sorrel, but oh man, look what even just Trader Melee can do with the Estarossa. Come on, surely you one tap the other two, right? Yeah, you can see why this team is going to be absolutely insane, right? These matches are not even going to last 30 seconds, especially if the opponent uses their cards pretty fast. That is ridiculous. You can do stuff like that. And getting the double AoE, you can probably team wipe in 2 cards. And of course, there is always the off chance that, we do get out CC, the Ludosol passive doesn't work, all that kind of stuff, but as long as we're out CCing, we should be fine. A really high CC barn player, holy, he's got the costume and all. Definitely one of the best costumes this game has. What do I want to go for here? I can always guarantee he's going to put up the Nameless Dance. I think I might still go for this play here. That way we're proccing the second part of the melee passive, and we're still getting out as many of those darkness effects as possible. Unfortunately, can't use the Ludosol Rupture card because he isn't a demon, so it's not going to work like that. Oh my god, absolutely tearing Arthur apart and getting rid of him turn 1. I'm still not too sure if I call Estarossa the best team in PvP, because he can very easily get countered by some of these Blue Tree Sigma Merlins, Red Gothas, all that kind of stuff. If the Ominous Nebula Zeldris has double AoE cards and somewhere to cleanse, maybe via his passive or something, it will very easily become so insanely OP that nothing will really stand a chance against it. But all the other teams have their good matchups, all that kind of point. The game is in such a good meta and has been for quite some time that it's almost like rock, paper, scissors in a sense. It does also work on how well and developed your characters are, how you play, all that kind of stuff, but you are also relying on the matchup quite a bit there. This is definitely scary. If we can get rid of Twiggo, we can at least remove a lot of his damage. Still really unsure about that because his barn is definitely 6/6. I know that covert action card can finish off the Twiggo, I hope. Oh no. I mean, we weren't going to kill Barn in 1 covert action card anyways, but let's see, really just have to, that as well, the Holy Relic's just going to continue buffing. We did proc the second part of the melee passive, so I suppose we have that to our advantage. we're probably just going to see Barn go ahead and one-tap everyone here. The Barn team is still insanely strong. It's not going to age anytime soon. And look at that cutout. God damn, I wish I would have some of those costumes. And the Estarossa survives? No way. I knew the melee wasn't going to survive. He was way too low. Surely we can survive that as well? Oh, no way. I mean, he's going to be straight back to full HP, but we can still use 3 cards here. And I feel like with all that darkness build up, surely we can get rid of the Barn and lifesteal back to full HP. Yes, damn, that's one of the top 2 costumes. I believe it's the Barn and the Meliodas are the 2 highest ones at this point. Still have yet to try out any of the Guild Wars stuff. I went ahead, built all my teams, all that kind of jazz, so definitely going to get to that within the next couple of days. Oh, surely you can kill Barn, right? Please? Okay, well, he's at least really low. We did waste massively the encroach effect there, and almost no lifesteal from Esther there. That is so strange, and a handful of Ludo cards. If there's any way we're going to lose the match, that is 100% it. Probably should have gone for the Terry as well if I had paid attention to the ult gauge. I mean, you guys are still getting the gist of the team, right? It is absurd what it is capable of. That Terry is 6-6, isn't it? Oh yeah, massively. Ah well, let's go for this here, and we'll kind of see ourselves out on this one. We got rid of the Barn. I'm still really happy with that. The Terry definitely would have had lower stats than the Barn as well, so if we had to have just dished fully into the Terry into that turn, could have got the job done. I'm still happy with how close we got on that one. My misplay. Hey, yo, Ludo actually did some damage there. Man, if we had attacked with Estarossa, for sure would have killed him. Hey, but it wouldn't be me if we didn't fumble one of the wins massively throughout the video. Oh man, a massive CC from this Meliodas team. Surprisingly, the Diane having the debuff on them there. You'd think if it was anyone, it might be the Margaret, or even the Melee being on a attack crit set. Still not good though. I'm super close to getting the 4th constellation done, which is the Grizzly one. I believe after that as well, you get an extra 4,000 CC to all of your teams, or it's something absolutely ridiculous like that. But all the final nodes are 250 constellation points each. Way too much. I've gone ahead, I've gotten all my characters in my box to Super Awakening 1, but if it's not getting them up through gear, everything else takes so much time, whether it's the regular Awakening, all that kind of stuff, getting characters to level 100, going ahead and doing the Founder Demon raids. God damn, it takes a hot minute. Let's see here. We're pretty much forced to go full send on the Meliodas. If we had the Ludociel debuff, I'd be way more confident in our chance of killing him. Although we're definitely going to be able to get the job done. Man, that card's a lot weaker without all the darkness effects on it. And I had my doubts that Melee won't be able to kill there. Okay, so I've gotten rid of Melee. The end still has that debuff for another 2 turns. And who's coming to the front? Yeah, the Alt Rush Melon. Okay, especially with those 2 AoEs. If he tries to kill a Meliodas, something like that, we can lifesteal back to full. Just goes to show how you don't have to run full Daemons. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of units that are going to work with the Estarossa though that aren't Daemons. The Demon Hendrix and Synergite, just having double AoE makes the team work so much better. It's the same with using Trader Meliodas in pretty much any form of PvE content. If you can run him with characters that have the double single target card, it's just going to work so much better for you. I feel like this DN's gonna have the red Tarmiel link, yeah. God damn, that's annoying. Makes that unit almost impossible to kill. If it wasn't for Estarossa, of course. That puts him down to only being able to use the 2 cards, so whether or not he wants to kill the Meliodas that has the block, or if he wants to get rid of Estarossa, that's entirely up to him. Look at these Ludo cards, oh my. That is shocking, however, we might still be able to kill in this next turn with those. Throwing up the Breath of Bless. I suppose that'll be good for the damage reduction, that kind of stuff. Yeah, getting rid of the Estarossa. Definitely the smart bet there. One tap. Oh, Estarossa actually surviving. We're not going to be able to use any cards. Oh, and we get the forfeit anyways. And it looks like we're going to be rematching the same player. I actually really messed with that card draw as well. Let's see how he can change up his card draw, how he plays these turns to maybe get the win on this in this next one. However, that extra melee card is going to be really, really nice. It is a shame. They definitely made the Estarossa commitment to make sure he isn't insanely viable with the Trader melee. I feel like he works a lot better with Assault melee, and we're probably getting pretty close to the Assault melee having a Holy Relic in the game as well, so that'd be mad exciting to have that actually drop. Yeah, a lot of damage taken from our boy Esther there. Let's see. I'm thinking I want to hold on to that card there. What is it called again? The Tentacle Blade, is it? Yeah, Tentacle Blade. Let's go we'll use the Flood card and we'll go for that one there. Yeah, Diane's gonna keep healing, but the second we get the Encroach on her, she's dead anyways. No one can really survive with the Encroach debuff on them. I mean, she was getting pretty low there as well. It's when she starts building up all those grey debuffs, she just becomes immortal, and with the Pulverize effect, you give her full ultimate gauge. Those 2-star cards can start wiping characters so easily. An extra melee AoE for us is looking pretty good. There's the Breath of Bless there, he's got his melee ultimate. Yeah, definitely starting to look a bit scary. I don't think we can one-tap melee, unfortunately. No ult control in this team either, or pretty much any of the Estarossa teams don't have any ult control. Only one that really has a cleanse either is the red Gloxinia version of it. Let's go 1. That can definitely get rid of you, and I suppose I'll just chuck out the melee single target. Try and get rid of the Trader melee there. That should be the 4th card in Diane. Yeah, massively dead. Look at that. 520,000 damage off a level 1. We tried killing melee. I mean, we could very well survive the ultimate depending on his ult levels, but I doubt it. There's our melee ultimate there. Come on, I hope, if not 1-1, that's alright. We've still got another match after this, so I'm still really happy with how this team's going. I hope we get another unit like Ludo and the... Is it the green Faradron we have? That's the one that you quote-unquote wail out on? Yeah, who was I kidding? We're not surviving Team Melee ult. Here we go, final opponent, and finally coming up against an Estarossa team. Love seeing the red Glocks as well, we're only just talking about it. If we can get rid of his Estarossa though, I feel like he's gonna be pretty much done. Don't get me wrong, Trader melee is a massive threat, but now that we have this guy in the game, in PvP especially, he does do a lot more. He does work really good in some of the PvE content as well. I've seen a lot of people use full demon teams on Bird, which works really well. Same goes with the Deer. I might actually see if I can do one of those. I've been looking to do the PvE content with Estarossa for a little bit now, so probably expect that in tomorrow's video. But man, you go first with this team, and melee starts critting with that AoE. Darkness effect applies. We're not getting a crazy amount of the darkness, so inspecting the characters and looking at their stats, it's not going to be anything super crazy. You can 100% use one of those Demon Hendrickson teams and get a lot better looks using him alongside the Assault melee. Use your 2 AoE cards, your debuff cards, and then throughout the Assault melee AoE. And whoa, look, we have 400,000, 500,000 HP turn 1. It's crazy what they're capable of. Let's... 1, 2, actually... something like that, I think, might be the best way to do it. RIP melee. Well, of course, another massively successful showcase with the Estarossa. Man, I definitely feel like I can put him above the Rimuru when it comes to my favorite units. Now, he's the new hot thing, of course, and the fact that he's a team leader and allows us to use all these different types of characters is really, really fun. The Rimuru is a little restricted when it comes to the teams. You'd think Estarossa would be the case because he can only be used with the demons, but I like being able to bring back some of these old characters. Rimuru kind of being stuck to some of those unknown teams. The Ludo team as well, really good in. Hey, don't get me wrong though, Rimuru is mad fun. I do hope they bring out a unit with a similar kit in the game sometime in the near future, because that Infect Pierce combo with a single target in the AoE is absolutely broken. I really wish the Rimuru was a reskin as well to one of the other slime characters. The fact we have 3 Rimurus in the game, I feel, is just a little weird. Half of the 7 Deadly cast hasn't even got... oh, I'll move out of the demons there. Yeah, half of these characters don't even have 2 versions of themselves in the game. Rimuru has 3? I don't know about that, man, but... anyways, that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If so, please hit like and subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.